Operation Neon Dawn, the Tashanka rework, Aruni, all arriving. That's right, it is edging closer and closer to Operation Dawn coming and releasing onto the live servers. We aren't far away at all, which is why today I'm going to be giving you 10 things you probably didn't know about Operation Neon Dawn. It'll be a mixture of many sneaky details that you need to know about, combined in with tips to help you along when it does release. So if the video does help you out or you're excited for Operation Neon Dawn, be sure to drop a like on it. And remember that we'll be streaming lots of gameplay of the test server for Operation Neon Dawn. There will be a link to my Twitch down below if you'd like to pop by when we are playing in the games. Without further ado, let's take a look. The first change that you probably didn't know about is that the reinforcement timer has been changed. Now, if you're unsure of what this does mean, is that it did originally take 4.5 seconds to put up a reinforcement. Obviously, you have the reinforcement pool now, which means you can put up 10. So therefore, that's around about 45 seconds worth of putting up reinforcements if you spread it across one person. Now, they've changed that to 3.5 seconds instead, which is why when you do decide to hop on, when it comes out, you're probably going to notice that you are reinforcing like a madman, and it will feel really quick. Don't worry, you haven't gone ahead and ate raw G Fuel powder, which is why it might feel like it is really quick, but the fact is, you're not. It's just a change that they've added. But overall, it is a really nice change to the game. What it does mean is that it is going to allow you in the prep phase to get a lot more done as a defender, and it does make the prep phase a little more enjoyable and a little more efficient. I definitely found myself wanting to put down those reinforcements more because I knew how quick I was going to be flying across the map. Next up, we have that 3D weapon skins are going to be added in the future to Siege. Now, this means that they will be adding some kind of reactive camos, weapon skins. 3D models are going to be the look. In the patch notes, if you do scroll all the way down, you do see that 3D models or weapon skins will be added into the game in the near future, which is a massive change that will be coming because this is the first time we've ever heard any news about this. And just imagine a reactive black ice camo. Now that is what I need in my life. Aside from a potential black ice reactive camo coming to the game, there is going to be a runout timer. Now, this was a direct change that they did in fact mention, and what it does look like on your screen is in the bottom left there will be a little runout timer that happens with an eye logo or an icon. And they have changed the time from 2 seconds from being detected to 1. So now if you go outside, you're outside for 1 second, you will be detected after that duration of time has been up, which makes it a lot easier for an attacker to stop a run out or a spawn peek. However, this doesn't mean you cannot spawn peek or run out effectively. You will just have to bear in mind that the 1 second rule will still be in play. And this change with the runout timer will mean you'll need a bit more of an ideal location or a more specific location on where the attacker is, so you know where to pinpoint your runout or spawn peek. Next up, which is a massive thing you need to be aware of when using Aruni, or if you've got an Aruni player on your team on defense with the new season, is that your defender projectiles are actually also going to disable the Aruni gate as well as the attackers. Therefore, if you find yourself going to throw a smoke canister through an Aruni gate, her ability on one of the doorways or windows is simply not going to go through. What it will do is hit it, disable the gate, and your projectile gets destroyed. So therefore, as a defender, you will need to expose yourself to unlock the gate, as when a defender does go near that gate, it will come down for them to go through if you'd like to throw it, which reveals a lot of intel to the attackers. And yeah, you might find yourself wanting to throw that Aruni main out the window as soon as your C4 gets disabled by it. Now, with the Aruni gate comes a very special passcode. It was a very hidden change made by Ubisoft at Rainbow Six Siege, and it wasn't mentioned in the patch notes. However, you need a passcode when you're going to be entering an Aruni gate as a defender. And you're probably wondering, well, what is this passcode? The passcode is quite simply to check if you are subscribed. If you do in fact think you are subscribed, you might actually not be, so be sure to check down below if you are subscribed to the channel. And then, once you've done that, you're through to all of the Aruni gates. However, if you haven't, then you might find yourself getting blown up by a C4. Next time your teammate can't get through the gate, you'll know why. Moving on, if you want to bypass a gate as an attacker, a very effective way is YING. Now, for those little drones, in order to get through the gate, they can quite simply roll on under it because there is a little slit at the bottom for smaller projectiles to go through, which means you can roll YING candelas quite far through in order to get through. and it is quite effective. You will think the Aruni gate is there to stop you, however, once you throw that YING projectile through, you flash the defender who is going to be watching it, you throw your projectile on through to disable the gate, and you move forward with that flash, gaining a lot of map control for you and your team. Now, a little bit of a tip for the Jäger rework and the Jäger change. What it does mean is that Jäger's ADSs will now not be able to zap 3 projectiles one after the other. Instead, you'll be able to zap 1 projectile every 10 seconds. So you can zap infinite amounts, but it has to recharge over 10 seconds. Which is why it might be an effective idea in some scenarios to cluster your Jäger charges together. Simply take the idea of this change and work it to make it work for you. You know they have infinite uses, therefore make them 10 times harder to be taken out. On top of that, you cluster in all 3 in one location or one area, because remember they do have a range where they can cover multiple pushes. If you have a general idea of where the enemy might be pushing from, you can simply cluster all 3 together, so one zaps off, another zaps off, and they all recharge over that 10-second period. Don't worry Jäger mains, you're still in with a fighting chance. Next up is a combination of Finka fighting Aruni. If you use your Finka ability, what you will be able to do when going through an Aruni gate is it would usually take away that 40 HP. However, if you decide to boost yourself, you will be on 120 HP as a Finka player or a teammate, and then you will go down to 80 HP, theoretically only taking around about 20 damage because that Finka boost counteracted it. If you need to push in late, a great tip to use. Now, the brand new defender coming with Operation Neon Dawn is obviously Aruni, and Aruni can actually one-hit barricades on top of that. You have probably realised that she can make some massive melee holes when she does go to punch a soft wall, which is an added bonus, but as well, she can also one-hit those barricades, so instead of needing those 3 melee hits to take it out, you now need 1. And this will in fact mean that you can use this to your advantage when running out now that you do have that 1-second timer. Keep the barricade closed, one-hit it, and run right through. It's kind of like Oryx, but it does give you a little more control of how far you go with it. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this. Let me know down below what you think of the Aruni's ability to actually have that melee power on top of what she already has. Do you think that should be added in, or should it be tweaked a little more? And the final thing that you probably didn't know about for Operation Neon Dawn is that the melee speed has been changed for all attackers and defenders. Now, before we dive on into this, I do want to say that I haven't found any information in the official patch notes that has said that the melee speed has been reduced for attackers and defenders. However, I truly believe that they have made the speed a lot quicker so that you can go and melee a barricade, for example, a lot faster than you could before. It now seems like a much more increased speed when doing so. However, the patch notes don't mention it, which is a little weird. However, bear this in mind when you are going to be taking this knowledge. Take it with a pinch of salt. I'll give you a little bonus one for that on top of that, is that they've also added in a drop zone for the defuser, which was a change that didn't get much attention. Now, you won't accidentally drop the defuser when trying to plant on the edge of the defuser plant zone, or simply you are able to plant more consistently on certain objects. This is going to mean that when you're going to be planting that defuser, it's going to make it a lot easier. So now don't be afraid of planting on the edge of that typical drop zone, because it isn't going to drop it for you. It will be able to plant it a lot more consistently. And those right there were the 10 things you probably didn't know about Operation Neon Dawn. I hope the video did help all of you out. If it did, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe for more tips and tricks videos just like this one. Let me know your thoughts on Operation Neon Dawn down below in the comments, and I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.